Yeah, I ain't in the mood. I'm not in the mood for any theatrics. I've got a lot to say and a short time to say it, right? When it comes to us, as you can see, the game's not even finished, and I already know where the result's gonna go. Um, I'm vexed. I'm vexed as other Chelsea fans are, and to be honest with you, I don't really like to point out one. It's not my nature. It's not my nature. Before people think, oh, it's easy to pick on one person. It's not my nature to do this. It's not my nature to say you're the problem. Yeah, unless it's someone like Courtois who says I want to leave Chelsea, or someone like just outright just doesn't want to play for us, then I call you out. But on this occasion, there is a person in this team that is to blame for our two losses. And that one person is Enzo Maresca. And you lot can be like, and I heard some people saying to me when I was live streaming the game, oh, you were singing Maresca's praises, but now he's to blame. Yes. Yes. When Maresca was getting it right, we can praise him. When he gets it wrong, we've got to criticize him. If you're going to be there enjoying the praise, you've got to be there to take in the criticism. And Maresca's to blame. It can be easy to blame like Axel Disasi. A disaster, right? In terms of the back pass. An absolute disaster. Considering you're a Premier League player playing the highest level, rule number one of football, know where you're passing before you receive the ball. And then when you've got time on the ball, one, your teammates should be letting you know there's time. Second of all, you got to be checking at the same time. What was that pass all about? And then it was what? 3-on-2? 2-on-4, sorry? 3-on-4? We had the advantage over Ipswich before the second goal, and they somehow got their shot away and scored. But these are things that happen in football. This possession-based football is brilliant. It looks great because we're dominating the ball. We're dominating the numbers. But the difference between Chelsea's possession and everyone else that plays possession is that there's no one running off the ball. There's no one making runs. It's just pass left, pass right, pass left, pass right, and then wait for a player. It's like we're boring the other team in submission where they drop off, they fall asleep, and then we'll pounce. We're not creating opportunities. And then when we do get an opportunity, we can't finish our chances. We can't finish our chances. And when we talk about the Fulham game, Maresca was to blame. Because when it was 1-0 to us, the game was slipping away from us. Maresca could have been like, they're kids. Yes, our team is very young. And you're always saying they're still learning. But you as the adult, you as the experienced person needs to know, I'm going to put this player in and I'm going to make a change. Look at fair play. Man United getting spanked by Newcastle. But Almiron, by the 37th minute, took off Xerxes and brought on Maino because he realised that he was not controlling the game in the midfield. He had to sacrifice one of his attackers and made that change. It was a very upsetting change for Xerxes. It was a very risky one, but Man United was starting to get back on the ball a little bit more. Maresca didn't even do that against Fulham. But we thought, okay, we heard what he said in the press conference. It's just it's learning. Oh, it's learning. We need to learn. We need to kick on this and the other. Okay, fine. So what does he do? He rewards, I cussed out Nkunku in my last video, said he's to blame. So what he does is that he rewards someone who shows a body language that he doesn't want to play for Chelsea, rewards him by letting him start. Unless Jackson was injured or didn't train well, why is Nkunku starting? But it's not Nkunku's fault. Because Nkunku only has to finish off the chance he gets. We have to make the chances. Not enough chances being created. Not enough. I don't care what it says on the board. It's slow and methodical. It's slow and just boring football. In terms of the way we're playing. Defensively, we are rubbish. Goals wins you games. Defense wins you titles. I tweeted that out. I'm on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Right? Defensively, Chelsea were never in a title race. And we joked about it. We were never in a title race as far as I'm concerned because we cannot defend. It's as simple as that. It's great that we're scoring goals, but we cannot defend. And against Ipswich, won 19th. Now, credit to Ipswich, because when Ipswich have lost, they've only lost by a goal. They lost 1-0 to Arsenal. They got spanked by Newcastle, 4-0, 3-0? They know they beat Wolverhampton, and a few other games, they lost 1-0 and 2-1. I can't remember who was against. So they did lose, but they were hard to beat, right? Chelsea, who are more in form, you would have thought, okay, fine. We lost to a stupid penalty, which should not have been a penalty from the angle I saw it as. But we should be able to claw back, at least a goal. Fair enough, Felix should have done better. He saw across the line, he was offside. It was a great ball from, I believe, Cole Palmer. Offside. We should have kicked on. Since that offside goal, we were absolutely poor. But for me, the person to blame is only Enzo Maresca. For me personally. Enzo Maresca, one, he got the lineup wrong. Why are you playing Disassi? You got James and Gusto on the bench. Are they unfit? What's the problem? Did they not train well? If they didn't, then why are they even on the bench if they didn't train well? I would rather play a semi-unfit or maybe out of form Gusto than Axel Disassi at right back. And there's a reason why Disassi wants to leave Chelsea. There's a reason why. Play Disassi at right back in Europa Conference League. Do that all you want, but not in the Premier League. Play Gusto, and then maybe bring on James. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. I'm not a Premier League manager. I'm just trying to say it looks a little bit better. Yeah? Why would you not play Neto? Fair enough, Neto played very badly, but I would say to the same team, right, if they're learning, you got to learn from your mistakes. Go out and rectify your mistakes that you made against Fulham. Jackson, go get yourself a goal. Neto, defend better. Sancho, you played very, very well. Why was Sancho dropped? Sancho, for me, against Fulham, was the one creating the chances. Fair enough, he was delaying and holding on to the ball a little bit more, but Sancho was going at defenders. Why was he dropped? Can't even play Jurgensen. Even if Sanchez was on the ball, I wouldn't play Sanchez. Maresca's to blame. And I knew about Maresca's antics before the season started. One, he's got no plan B. He doesn't like to change the formation. He doesn't like to change the system. He doesn't like doing that. And he always makes late subs. Always. And very rarely, from one of my Leicester friends, he said one thing Maresca doesn't do, he doesn't like to make a lot of subs. So I was fully aware of this. And I was hoping we'd only see these mistakes when, if we're winning, for example, and we just about scraped a win or just about scraped a draw. But to lose against, I would say we've lost out on 6 points. Arsenal are now ahead of us. Arsenal are ahead of us now. Nottingham Forest are ahead of us. We are playing shockingly bad. And I think the person that needs to change is Maresca. If Maresca doesn't change his mentality or change the way he is, nah, can't see top 4. I hope these 2 losses, it changes his ways. And no one needs to blame any of the players other than Disassi, because that was a clear mistake. But the players are only playing the way that Maresca is telling them to play. And I think the players are doing well in that respect, that they're playing the way Maresca wants them to play. But Maresca needs to start making subs and changing the system and keeping the team the way it is and letting them learn from mistakes. For me, at this moment in time, Sancho and Neto are our best wingers. Keep playing Jackson, and then Kunku needs to either shut up or get out. Because when he plays, he doesn't play well enough. Not for me. And Maresca said, and Kunku's not a 9, but you play him in a 9. That's like me saying Cole Palmer's not a goalkeeper, but let me play him in goal. You came out and said he's not a 9, but you're playing him as a 9. Maresca's got off to a good start in the Premier League, right? So we've got to praise him for that. But he's giving me fraud vibes now. He's giving me clown vibes now. And I don't believe that if we carry on the way we are, because Maresca doesn't change, because he's not adaptable, he's going to get found out. And I'm going to say it now, Maresca's going to enjoy some moments, but against top quality sides, just like the way people are starting to suss out Man City in terms of the way they're playing, they're going to suss out Chelsea. It's going to be easy to suss out Chelsea the way we play. Easy. If I was playing against Chelsea, just sit back, make yourself very hard to beat. Like Ipswich did a 2-0, 9 men in the box. Chelsea ain't breaking that down. Why? Because no one's making runs out of possession. We got Crystal Palace away. It's not bad. It's just, do you know what it is? It's just incredibly disappointing. That's all it is. It's just incredibly disappointing the way we're playing. But top 4 still on the cards. We're still in a good position in terms of Europa Conference League. You know, we're still FA Cup's not come around just yet, but we're in the FA Cup. But if we don't change our ways, we're going to slip down the table and we're going to lose out on top 4. Top 4 is the goal for us. Top 4 is the goal, and it's always going to be the goal. But we're slipping out of the top 4 race. We're slipping out of it. And I'm just saying now, Maresca's to blame for these last 2 fixtures. We can semi-blame Disassi or for me and Kunku. You know, certain people want to blame MUDRYK. People want to, you know, we can blame certain players. But for me, the main culprit is Maresca. And if you lot want to argue with me, go ahead and argue with me. But I'm going to die on this hill. Crystal Palace next, guys. I'm leaving it there, man. Sorry, but not very positive. I'm annoyed. I'm vexed.